Pastor Virginia Flo, who's the director of volunteer relations. Pastor Jeff Duncan is an assistant director of volunteer relations, as well as me. So the three of us up there on the top, these are the three that know everything about life teams, life chapters, life advocates, and if we don't know it, we will find out. So we're your contact people. We have Erica Peterson, who is just joined us. She is our national conference, or events coordinator, actually, events coordinator, not just conference, but retreats and other things that we do together. Are there any other staff? I don't see any other LFL staff on here. So we're going to go right to Pastor Solomik, who will give our devotion this evening.
Good evening. Christ is risen.
He is risen indeed.
Indeed. Hallelujah.
Indeed. And happy Easter, blessed resurrection of our Lord to everyone. And that is where our scripture reading comes from tonight. Matthew chapter 28. Now after the Sabbath, toward the dawn of the first day of the week, Mary Magdalene and the other Mary went to see the tomb. And behold, there was a great earthquake, for an angel of the Lord descended from heaven and came and rolled back the stone and sat on it. His appearance was like lightning, and his clothing white as snow. And for fear of him, the guards trembled and became like dead men. But the angel said to the women, "Do not be afraid, for I know that you seek Jesus, who was crucified. He is not here, for he has risen, as he said. Come, see the place where he lay. Then go quickly and tell his disciples that he has risen from the dead. And behold, he is going before you to Galilee. There you will see him. See, I have told you." So they departed quickly from the tomb with fear and great joy, and ran to tell his disciples. And behold, Jesus met them and said, "Greetings." And they came up and took hold of his feet and worshipped him. Then Jesus said to them, "Do not be afraid. Go and tell my brothers to go to Galilee, and there they will see me." This devotion comes to us from Lutheran Church Missouri Synod President Matthew Harrison. It's actually from a forthcoming book called Take Courage, Encouraging Words for Discouraging Times. This is what he says. If nothing that happened today could change tomorrow, what would it give you freedom to do today? Now that sounds like the start of a terrible self-help book, but think of it more like the movie Groundhog Day. Every day, Bill Murray's character could do whatever he wanted because he knew that the next day was going to be February 2 all over again. That's what our Lord's resurrection does. The future is guaranteed. No matter what happens in this life, whatever trials and sufferings we'll have to endure, nothing changes the end of the story. Our future is already written. It belongs to Jesus. He is risen. And so shall we arise on the day of his return. All of the crosses and trials that afflict us today will be left in the grave at the resurrection. All the suffering and heartache will stay in the dirt. All the brokenness and frailty will at last decompose with the casket. Bodies and souls knit back together perfectly, no more mourning, nor crying, nor pain. The former things will be the former things. They will have passed away for good, and God will dwell with us, his redeemed people. He will be with us as our God, and death shall be no more. It is our privilege and delight as the church to live with this kind of courage and confidence every single day. Each Christian gets to live with this kind of courage and confidence every single day. Jesus stands risen from the dead, and this demonstrates that the afflictions of this life are only temporary. But resurrection and fellowship with him and his kingdom, this is forever. So we may take heart and have courage. Let us pray. Almighty God, the Father, through your only begotten Son, Jesus Christ, you have overcome death and opened the gate of everlasting life to us. Now grant that we who celebrate with joy the day of our Lord's resurrection may be raised from the death of sin by your life-giving Spirit. Through Jesus Christ our Lord, who lives and reigns with you and the Holy Spirit, one God, now and forever. Amen.
Thank you, Pastor Solomon. That was really, really nice. All right, I'm going to introduce our three speakers for the evening. Erica Peterson, our events coordinator, is going to go first with some, I believe, national conference updates. Is that correct, Erica? Okay.
I think we have lost Barbara Geisfeld there on the internet, but maybe she'll come back shortly.
Individuals within a congregation that are in that congregation supporting life. Virginia's going to tell us all about that. And then our third speaker is Pastor Duncan, who's going to give an overview of the Step Up for Life campaign. This is our big annual fundraiser that we have. This will be our third one, I believe. And so we'll learn all about that this evening, how it works, what you can do to use this in your congregations or your life teams or chapters. So take it away, Erica.
Good evening, everyone. Can you hear me okay? Great. I see some heads nodding. That's fantastic. Thank you for the introduction, Barb. And I believe some of you I have met in the past, others I think I've seen on former or other calls. So our national conference this year is going to take place in Erlanger, Kentucky. It's just outside Cincinnati, Ohio. And we've chosen that location specifically so that we are able to include as a part of our conference trips to the Ark Encounter and the Creation Museum. So we are very, very excited to offer a super high caliber conference as we have in the past, and in a really, really fun destination. So the dates for the conference are October 11th through the 13th. So it's actually a Wednesday through a Friday. So it's a little bit of a different schedule than how we've seen it in the past, but that was the time that was going to work for the conference this year. Our registration, early bird registration is now open. It opened April 1st. So if you are interested in going, I would strongly encourage you to visit our website and go to the conference page, and you can sign up there. We've got tons of information there. But in general, our conference will start early in the morning on Wednesday, the 11th, and we'll wrap up before noon on the 13th. So, and then Wednesday afternoon, we're going to the Creation Museum. Thursday afternoon, we're headed to the Ark Encounter. We'll have morning sessions at the hotel with some really, really outstanding speakers, a couple of keynotes also. Yeah, and then we'll wrap up at the hotel as well. So all of the conference information is there, or the specifics are there. So it is my understanding, though, that I have a little bit of time for question and answers. Am I correct with that, Barb? That that's part of my time period. So I just wanted to open it up if there's any specific questions that I could help answer to provide a little bit more clarity.
I don't see anybody. Anybody else? Any questions?
Angie,
Okay.
I think Angie was signaling.
Unmute yourself,
Yes.
please.
Hey, I'm sorry. I'm on a different thing, and I'm like, how do I unmute myself? All right, I figured it out. So I've never been to a conference before, so I guess my question is, and I haven't gone to your page yet either, but what is the expense we're looking at? Because I definitely want to go. I'm our president up here in Billings, Montana for our Lutherans for Life chapter. And when I saw you're going to the Ark Museum and Creation Museum, I'm like, I'm going, and who wants to come with me? So what can I tell my group to prepare for, I guess? So
Absolutely. That's great, Angie. So the conference registration right now during early bird is $100 per adult. And so, and that will go through May 31st. So for these next, basically the first 2 months, it's $100 per person. What that includes is, it includes the conference, right? So it includes the sessions, it includes the 2 banquets at the hotel as well. And then if you choose to attend the Creation Museum and the Ark exhibit, those would be additional costs. And so you would need to purchase the admission tickets. Now, if you purchase them with us, it is the lowest possible price you can get anywhere, even cheaper than anything you can get online for them. And I'm not just trying to sell that. Like, they give us this great rate because we could, get everybody in at a really discounted.
Can I add that at the website? So like I can add that on,
Yes.
so I say one thing. Okay.
Yes, exactly. So you would just add it up. And then lunch is on your own, but lunch is available at both the Creation Museum and the Ark Encounter. And then breakfast is included in the hotel. The hotel stay is $119 per night plus tax. So essentially the only meals that you would need to worry about are any while you're traveling, and then the 2 lunches, but those can be purchased at the location or at the exhibits.
Okay.
So yeah, so go ahead.
We can purchase our tickets for the exhibits as we're registering for the conference to get that discounted price.
Correct.
What is the discounted price?
So it depends on your age. So that's how they have it organized. So it is, if you're, so there's a price for seniors, for adults, for youth, and then children under 10 and under are free. So it's all broken down on the website to go into that. But what I can tell you is it is a savings for the Ark Encounter of over $23 by purchasing it with your registration with us. So.
Okay.
Yeah.
Perfect. Well, I'll take that to our next meeting to get
Absolutely.
more recruiters. So
Yes, and if you think of anything else, Angie, feel free to email me also. My information is right there at our conference webpage. So that, happy to answer any other questions before then. So great questions. Thank you.
thank you.
Yeah. Any other questions? All right. Well, I hope to see you all there.
Thank you, Erica. That was very helpful. Thank you, Angie. Actually, by you asking the question without having gone on the website helps affirm to everybody it's not a bad thing. And now when we go to the registration site on the website, we will know what to look for. So that worked out really, really well. And we didn't even prime it. All right. Our next speaker will be Virginia Flo.
Okay, I will.
And she's going to, she's going to share her screen. So once she starts doing that, if you can't see it, wave your arms or something. Okay.
All right, here we go. I'm assuming if someone can't see it, they're waving arms. I can't see anyone right now, so I apologize if you're raising your hand for questions or something. I'm not going to be able to see you. So if you could hold your questions till we're done, I'll be happy to answer anything at that point in time. So here we are. Pastor Duncan, can you tell me if you can hear me okay? I want to make sure that I didn't turn something off.
I can hear
I
you.
can hear you, Virginia.
Okay, good. Okay. All right. Very good. Okay. Well, thank you much. Here we go. I'm going to quickly go through my presentation here, so we'll have some time for questions. We are in this year of our theme as Blessed for Life, which is a wonderful theme based on Psalm 41:2. And now my screen's not advancing. Why is that? There we go. And that is because we have, not because my screen isn't advancing, but the theme is wonderful because it's blessed. We're blessed in so many ways, but first, blessed with the gift of life, blessed by God for our entire life, and blessed to be a blessing to others. And hopefully you're using that theme in your communications that you're having with people that you serve. And if not, we would strongly encourage that you incorporate our annual theme with your communications. Tonight, I'm going to talk about what's new in LFL's support for life ministry in the front lines. And the front lines, that's you. We serve many different areas with our volunteer relations team, and these are the people that we're serving primarily. And that is our life advocates. And I'm going to share a little bit more about life advocates tonight. They used to be called LMCs, or life ministry coordinators, and we've given them a big promotion. And a life advocate is an individual within a congregation advocating for life by keeping their members informed. And I'll share how they can do that in just a few minutes here. Life teams, those of you that are life teams, you know that you're a team within a congregation that's educating through communications and life-affirming projects. You've gone through our training program and you've learned a lot about how to do that communication and how to handle those projects. Life chapters, who are the longest group that's been with Lutherans for Life. And a life chapter is an independent, nonprofit, 501c3 life group, serving generally multiple congregations by educating also through their communications and projects on a broader scale, because you oftentimes do it as a community project for multiple congregations. Now, if you fall into one of those categories, you know who you are and what you do, but we're really working, and I'm going to share more tonight about how we can promote those efforts together. And then we have 10 state federations across the country, and they're state organizations that support the life ministry, the life advocates, the life teams, life chapters, pastors, and congregations through statewide for life communications and activities. We don't have them in every state, of course, but there are 10 states that have them. And in all the states across the country, our Lutherans for Life National, in particular, our volunteer relations team, which is on our call tonight, are the ones working with our front lines. And so you don't want to feel slighted if you're not in a state with a federation, because you have us you can call on. So here's what I want to talk a little bit about tonight. We want to grow our LFL ministry. And here's the different ways that we're going to do it. Our goal is that we will have life ministry in each congregation across the country, all of our Lutheran congregations. Now that's a big goal, but it's not impossible. You're already helping to serve in that capacity in whichever role that you're in. You work with many of the congregations already. But we've got many, many, many more that we need to work with to expand our ministry. And we want to expand and develop more life advocates, more life teams, more life chapters. Today, we have around 30 life advocates across the country. We have in the 70s in terms of life team. We just grew them. We might be up to 80 by now. We've had quite a few new ones in the last few months. And we have about 90 life chapters, and believe it or not, we have about 3 new ones that we're working with right now. They aren't totally up and going, but they certainly are in the developmental stages. We want to talk about growth through multiplication. Multiplication means growing from within our current structure, and that's you telling your neighboring congregations. I know if you're a life chapter, you're working with as many as you can work with already, but if you know people across the country that you, family, relatives, friends that don't live by you and aren't in your life chapter, please talk to them about becoming, doing life ministry with Lutherans for Life. And so we want to definitely work on that together as a team. And you can do that. We can help start new life teams. We can certainly have life advocates in every congregation, and a life advocate then can be part of a life chapter, even though they're working with a single congregation. We want to mentor new life partners. We want to, it's part of, if you've gone through life team training, one of the final steps is to mentor others and to help build and work that way. Life advocates are single individuals within a congregation but they can grow into something else. They can become a life team at some point in time. They could be part of a life chapter at some point in time, but maybe they'll always be a life advocate because that serves the purpose in that congregation. But wherever it's possible, we want to help to develop other life partners across the country. And we want to participate in LFL activities. We want to utilize the programs that are designed to assist you in including others, not just the fundraiser of Step Up for Life. We have many others that I'm going to talk about as we go along here, because it makes sense for your group to take advantage of the programs that we've developed for you. One of the things that I talked about is that we've activated our Life Advocate program. We've tried to really promote that going forward. We did a 6-minute video that I'm going to show you really quickly, and I guess I'm going to show it in 6 minutes. And then you can see a little bit about the kind of work that we're doing, and we're going to do similar kinds of things for our life teams and our life chapters as well. So I'm going to have to end my show here and get into my video so I can show you that. Hopefully it's still up and going. Come on. Here we go.
It only takes one, and with the Lord's help, you will become a vital member of your church's life ministry. You will provide crucial for-life resources in keeping your congregation informed and educated on important life matters as God has defined them in Scripture. With the aid of Lutherans for Life and providing you with the tools needed, you can easily be an essential asset to your congregation and especially your pastor as you support the pastoral ministry by advocating for life. Here's what it means to be a life advocate and how you can be a valuable helping hand and important team player in the Lord's life-affirming work. A life advocate is a member of a Lutheran church who has a servant's heart and a zeal and passion for dealing with the life issues that flow from their love of Jesus Christ. A life advocate has a commitment to the mission of Lutherans for Life, which is to equip Lutherans and our neighbors to be gospel-motivated voices for life. As a life advocate, you will work closely with your pastor, always keeping him informed, as you help equip your congregation to be those gospel-motivated voices for life. And with your pastor's leadership, you will maintain your focus in keeping the gospel of Jesus Christ preeminent. In answer to the question, how do I do this important work? Here are some suggestions. Keeping your congregation informed through your church's regular communication channels is essential. Utilize your church bulletins and newsletters, both in print and electronic, to share gospel life-affirming messages. Get to know your webmaster and whomever manages your church's social media, as those communication tools are also valuable in getting out the life-affirming message. Weekly life quotes are quotations on life issues you can publish weekly to keep the positive message of life visible for your congregation to read and expect, giving them encouragement in what God's word so clearly states. They are easily found on our Lutherans for Life website on the Resources tab and are downloadable in multiple formats. Here is an example of a life quote from March 26th. The God who chose to give us life at the moment of fertilization is the same God who chose to rescue us and redeem us and give us salvation. And he did it by sending his son Jesus to experience every stage of human life so we could be forgiven and given life everlasting with him. When you become a life advocate, Lutherans for Life will send you a weekly email newsletter called Life Notes. In it, you will find information on upcoming events, links to the various ministries of Lutherans for Life, important commentary and resources on life issues, articles for reproduction, and much, much more. You will value and look forward to receiving these weekly informative emails from which you will be able to glean information. Life Thoughts is yet another way to share meaningful life messages throughout the church year. They are designed to help pastors and congregations see the church year through the lens of the sanctity of human life. Life Thoughts are based on the appointed readings from Lutheran Service Book using the 3-year or 1-year lectionary. Add these special 1-paragraph thoughts to your church bulletin or newsletter to enhance the scriptural message for life.
21 participants.
Life Date is the Lutherans for Life quarterly journal, packed full of news and commentary. It is a great resource tool from which to gather information to share with your congregation. It will serve to keep you informed and inspired as you continue your work as a life advocate. As a life advocate, you will also receive a bi-monthly newsletter called Directions, either in print or email. This tool is geared for people doing life ministry in the front lines, including life advocates. In it, you will find information on project ideas, articles important to your life advocating work, Bible studies on life topics to share with your pastor and congregation, LFL upcoming initiatives, and how they can be incorporated in your congregation. The resources provided by Lutherans for Life are plentiful. They can be found on Lutherans for Life website at lutheransforlife.org and on the Concordia Publishing House website at cph.org. The Lutherans for Life volunteer relations team is available to assist you. There is no need to feel alone, as the volunteer relations team is ready to guide you through your new role as a life advocate and be there as your personal advisor going forward. Being a life advocate is accomplished at your own pace that you find comfortable and meets the expectations of your pastor. A meeting with your pastor is advised before you sign up as a life advocate, so you can share your desire to help make a difference in the equipping process, and your pastor can share his goals in this same area. Setting the stage to work as a team will make your life advocate work easy and gratifying. Thank you for your interest in becoming a life advocate and being a faithful, life-affirming servant of our Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ.
Okay, I'm going to come back here and go back to sharing my screen again. I lost my PowerPoint, so I'm just going to get out of there and come back to you guys. I'm going to stop sharing. Okay, that video is out there on our website right now. If you want to use it, share it with anyone that you think might be interested. Remember, the life chapters, you can have a life advocate in every one of the churches that you serve, and they can still then be part of your chapter to have the broader scale and the broader community work. But they can still, and all of those things that were shared in that video, life quotes, life thoughts, life notes, directions, they're all available for you on our website today. And up on the resources tab, most of those are showing right there. If you have any problems finding anything, because you can use them, you can contact me as well, or Jeff, or excuse me, or Barb or Pastor Duncan, either one of us, so we can help you through that. So point is, all of those resources that we shared in the video are available for all of you to use. If maybe you're already doing that. So that's terrific. Get those things in your church bulletin. They're easy. When I was serving as a president of a life chapter, I had my secretary at the churches go into our website once a week, pull out life quotes and life thoughts, and she diligently put them in our bulletin without me having to do anything. So, be creative in how you go about doing that. There are some important initiatives I wanted to quickly share with you that I think will be important for you to know as we move forward. Some of you may be aware of some of these. We are in the process of doing questionnaires with all of our life chapters. That's the phase that we're in right now. If you haven't received a call from us to set up an appointment, you will get one. That's why Angie's familiar there, because their life chapter already did one of those, and we had a great conversation. So beware that's happening. One of us will be calling you and setting up an appointment if you haven't already received one. We're also going to be doing questionnaires with all of our life teams as well, and our life advocates when we get through all those. We've got a lot of them to do, so be patient. So the reason for doing the questionnaires is multifaceted here. Number one, we want to know how you're doing. You can do your annual activity reports, but having those one-on-one conversations are really important, and we're finding out of a lot of very important things for us to know. We want to know how we might help you. If there's things that you're having difficulty with that keep coming up over and over and over again, we want to help if we can. We're researching new ideas. If you're doing some things that are of interest for others, perhaps we want to hear more about those projects that you've done. And we want to help to develop some best practices. When we're done doing all of our questionnaires for each of the categories, we're going to try to gather the best of everyone and share that with you so that you can then maybe incorporate some of those ideas or processes or some of the thoughts that others have had. When we're done doing questionnaires, and we're not going to be done doing them, we're going to keep doing questionnaires, but we are also in the next number of months going to be doing what we're calling focus groups, where we're going to be calling folks and we're going to be asking them to participate in a focus group of maybe a half a dozen people or less. So if you're a life team, you'll be talking to other life teams. If you're a life chapter, you'll talk to other life chapters, and same with the life advocates. And we want to engage in conversations about the life ministry that you're doing. We want to discover what are similar things, what are the same things you do, and what are totally different from each other. We want to give you an opportunity to speak to each other so that you can bounce things off of each other, things that we might have not have even thought about. And again, when we're all done with that, we want to help to use those conversations in some developing some best practices as well. We aren't going to include everyone in our focus groups. We're going to have kind of just a spattering of people across the country, but that's the idea. When we can't speak to everyone, we're just going to try at least to get some sort of a sampling of what's going on. We also, by now, you will have received your notice about your annual activity report. And one thing that's changed this year is now the annual activity report is going to officially be an annual activity report. We've been a little loose in that if you didn't send it in every year, we let it go, and every 2 years. And now it's gotten to be, for some folks, 3 years and longer. We don't want to be out of touch with you that long. So it's going to be annual. If you don't send it in, we will be calling. We just have to know it's not a legalistic thing. It's just that if there's something going on that's inhibiting you from participating, we want to know, and we want to be able to be there for you. So we've changed the look of the annual activity report in that it's hopefully got information that's going to be more meaningful, and that it'll be focused on gathering information that will help both you and Lutherans for Life. And then finally, I want to share with you in my last couple of minutes here, the important programs that we have going that I think will be helpful to you. First of all, we just got through in January doing Life Week. And as much as you may or may not have participated in Life Week, it's important that you realize that this is an important resource out there. We've gathered 3 years of it now. At our Frontline call in January, we went through how you might be able to use Life Week. So even after that, the actual life week. So just keep that in mind. We've got 3 years. You don't have to do every day and every day for a whole week in order to, I'm wondering, Pastor Duncan, can you maybe do some muting here? Okay, we'll keep going here. There you go. Thank you. Point is, you can use the Life Week materials over a month, over a year, over as long you can just pick out a couple of topics and go forth with those. We're going to be coming out with more for you as we go forward. We're going to be providing ways to use the Life Week materials. Spotlight on Life is another program. Pastor Solomink is kind of managing that program. And the point is, you sponsor a life event and we'll provide a speaker. It's very simple. And so if you want to know more about it, there's a page on our website. Look up Spotlight on Life. And there's also an article that came out in our last directions. If you've missed some of these directions, by the way, you go to the Frontline tab and you'll see directions there, and you can pull up any issue for quite a ways back, and you can read it. And as we pointed out in directions in the video, it's going to be focused on things that you need in the front lines. We're going to provide articles that you can reproduce and use. We're going to be providing information about campaigns that we have going that you could use in your local efforts. We're going to be providing news from LFL that will be of interest to you as well. So it's going to be hopefully filled with good information. It's a bi-monthly. So the last one that came out was for March and April, and we'll be going forward with May and June real soon. Step Up for Life, I'm going to not go too much into that because that's something Pastor Duncan's going to go through with you tonight. He's been working on that team, and they've been doing just a terrific job. And of course, the national conference. If you really want to get, information about life issues and be energized and encouraged, go to one of those conferences. There's nothing more refreshing than being together with other like-minded folks and being encouraged. Sometimes we live in vacuums where we live and we deal with the life issues. I live in Minnesota, so it's like, we're legal everything here now that we don't want to be legal, but that's what's happening. But we have encouraged by the fact that the Lord is still in charge, and we have other Lutherans with us that we're working with. And our goal is to make all of these death solutions that the world promotes as being unthinkable. And we have God's word on our side. So that's the wonderful news there. So we're going to thank you for being part of this call tonight. And I'm going to move on and let Pastor Duncan take it over. And if you ever have any questions, the three of us, as Dr. Geisfeld pointed out, are here for you. And if you don't know how to reach us, we're on our website again under National Staff, and you can find all three of us located there. Okay. Pastor Duncan.
Barb, did you have anything to say?
I wasn't going to, but since you asked me, if any of you listening here did not get an AAR, please contact us because we want to know why. Sometimes we don't know who's supposed to be getting it, or so if you didn't get one, please look into that. If you don't know what happened, please give us a call. We desperately want to make sure that everybody's getting it that's supposed to be getting it. Thanks.
Okay. Very good. Well, I'm going to share my screen. It is going to be an opportunity for me to share with you about one of our annual events. This is going to be our third year that we have participated in a mid-year from Mother's Day to Father's Day fundraising opportunity for our Lutherans for Life national organization. We call this Step Up for Life. Now, you should be seeing our homepage on our website. I want to be sure that you know how to find our Step Up for Life information first off. Somewhere through our website, eventually, we're going to have some radio buttons on here that will indicate how to connect. Right now, we still have our Save the Day for the National Conference and Life Sunday materials that can be used throughout the year. So the easiest way to find it right now is to just use the search bar and type in Step Up for Life. And then when you hit your search bar with that, you'll find a media page that gives you several resources. And on there, you'll see one that says Step Up for Life 2023. When you click on that, you'll come to this page here. Now, this page is going to give you opportunity to connect. So if you want, you can write this down, lutheransforlife.org/step-up-4-life-2023. And that will get you back here. Now, you'll notice that this page, as you look at it, it has the banner with our current logos for this year. It's got a video on there, which I'm going to show you in a little bit. But you'll also notice that this has 3 large buttons: resources for church life groups, resources for individuals, and a register Step Up for Life page. These are your friends. Make sure you look at these, and I'll show you what happens when you hit each one. But here at the midway point of this page toward the bottom is great information. What is Step Up for Life? It's our annual Walk for Life campaign. It provides this novel twist on the idea of a traditional walk for life, and it allows you individually as a participant or as a group to do walks and fundraising goals. And the main point is not just to walk, not just to fundraise, but to raise awareness about all that Lutherans for Life is doing, and to encourage people to become involved in Lutherans for Life, maybe on the donation level, maybe on the knowledge level. If you get both of those together, that's a win-win for everybody. One of the great things about Lutherans for Life, we've been on the ministry front lines of life issues for nearly 50 years now. And yet at the same time, while we have been active for 50 years, there are still lots of people, individuals, churches, pastors, people of your congregation, your friends and your neighbors, your family members who don't know about Lutherans for Life, have not connected with us, and they could benefit from all of the life-affirming information that Lutherans for Life is providing, not only on our website, but in our communications, in the programs, in the studies, in the conferences, in the opportunity to serve your neighbor with the life-affirming love of Christ Jesus, his death and resurrection, changing the life issues that they face. So this is why you should participate in Step Up for Life. It is an opportunity for you to equip your neighbor about all of the life-affirming work that Lutherans for Life is doing, and gives you the opportunity to ask them not only to do their research to find out how good of an organization we are when it comes to life issues, but also because they see how good we are, that they can partner with us. We want you to partner with us, and we want them to partner with us. Now, here's a QR code right at the bottom of that page. You can put that QR code. You can even copy and paste that QR code. You can send it to your friends and family. If you want to sponsor on levels, we have some recognition for those who want to sponsor at different levels. If you're in our pace setter and our marathon or our winner's circle, you see the numbers 250 to 500, 500 to 750, and 750 plus. You get some of our LFL swag. You also get your name listed on our sponsor website. We'll go over that in just a little bit. So I want to show you the video that our Step Up for Life team has put together. You can show this video in your churches. You can show it before the service. You can have it in your life teams. Let me just open it up and we'll play it.
Lutherans for Life invites you to participate in Step Up for Life, a campaign that supports the ministry and work of Lutherans for Life. What does that work look like? Lutherans for Life is dedicated to equipping Lutherans and their neighbors to be gospel-motivated voices for life. We do this work in a variety of ways, but especially through free educational resources, online and in-person events, and expert personalized support for youth and adults engaging in life-affirming work through our Youth for Life and Volunteer Relations departments. For those facing crisis situations, our Word of Hope department provides spiritual care and referrals through our 24-hour hotline. LFL's experts on life issues address topics like unplanned pregnancy, what real love looks like, marriage and family, and how to uphold the lives of the elderly. And our gospel-motivated approach confesses the truth that every life is valuable because it is created by God and redeemed by Jesus. Life is full of brokenness, and that brokenness creates life issues like homelessness, human trafficking, divorce, depression, physician-assisted suicide, and self-harm. And all of that brokenness exists because of sin. But we Christians have a message of hope, and that hope resides in Christ. We invite you to join us in sharing a gospel-motivated message for life with the world. How can you help? Sign up as an individual or group to participate in our campaign and encourage others to sponsor your personal walk for life. If walking isn't for you, support other walkers with your donations, or become an official sponsor of Step Up for Life at stepupforlife.org/2023. Thanks in advance for your support during our Step Up for Life campaign. And thanks most of all for helping us share a gospel-motivated message for life.
All right, so thank you for watching that. I hope that that is something that encourages you to participate in our Step Up for Life. Now, again, I wanted to show you what happens when you hit these buttons like the church life groups. If I would click that, I would open up to this page right here, support for churches, and you can see downloaded material, things that we have that we're providing already copy ready so that you can put this into practice within your own church or you individually. One of the first things you're going to see is this Step Up for Life order kit. And when you click on that, show you, you go to a form, put in your answers, either your congregation or your group name, your name, address, city, state, zip, email, phone number, submit, and we will send you a package of information that will be very useful for you as an individual or a group in order to get your Step Up for Life campaign going. I'll show you what all is included in that in just a little bit later. So the order form is there. We have downloadable resources about what you can do now and what you can do later. What you can do now, pray. That's always the best place to start. You can start walking. May 14th is the beginning of our campaign. You can make a list of people that you would like to have support you individually. You can start setting goals. You share this information with them, your friends, your family, your church members. You get them excited about joining on your team by donating with you or by signing up to be an individual walker who they will go out and get their own additional walkers as a part of your team. And then you go to the Step Up for Life organization page and you get your whole team signed up. There you'll find bulletin announcements, sponsorship pages, fundraising tips, email blasts that you can use to send out to everybody. And I'll go over some of that with you as well. And all of the things that you need to make your campaign successful. All right. Let me go here again. Now, if you hit on the individual one, you'll see many of the very same items, and you can download all of these as well. So we have and instructions for how to register for the program. We have support your team sign up. This is an excellent little page. It's very easy to use. You put the names and address, phone numbers, emails of those who want to support. They indicate how much they want to support your team with. They can pay by check or they can pay by credit card. And if they pay by credit card, we provide you with the form that they can fill out and sign so that you can send those credit cards in to Lutherans for Life, or they can individually send it in as well, making sure that they know that it's going for the Step Up for Life campaign. So it's an easy way for you to stay connected with as many of the supporters as possible. We want to make this something that is fun for you. So we give you fundraising tips, how to go through this whole process. Setting goals is important, starting your pledge sheets, even yourself with a generous pledge. If you're able to do $250 or $500 and you can set up on one of our sponsor pages, that's great. If $50 works for you, that's great as well. 25, 10, 5, whatever. But keep in mind that often people will respond based on some of the first things that they see as well. Make it personal. Take the time to ask people, have a plan, know who you're going to share this with, share your own fundraising page and invite people to join with you and be enthusiastic. Lutherans for Life has so much very good material. There's no reason you can't be enthusiastic about being a gospel motivated voice for life and helping everyone with the life issues that are important to them. On top of that, we're providing you with a wonderful Bible study that you can spend time with your life team or individually. Share it with your pastor at your church and see if he'll take the time through some of the Sunday mornings to go over this Bible study with folks. Or you can do it individually in your own devotion time. It's designed to help encourage you in your walk of life as you put this together. Again, what you can do now and later. There are email samples so that when you want to invite your friends, we're giving you a very good verbiage. I'm emailing you with exciting news. You can copy and paste this, or you can reprint it into an email. And this is your way of personally inviting people to be a part of your team. All of this, again, available on our websites. And then on top of that, our team has put together a wonderful set of slides and logos and images that are all available for you to download. Now, these logos can be printed off and you can make t-shirts with any of these. They're wonderful. You have just plain, or you have very colorful logos, and you can make t-shirts for your whole team, individualize them. On top of that, all around your church, you can be either downloading an entire file of all of these posters that have been put together with several different life issues, or you can individually double click on them and save them as an image, and individually they can be done. Let me just give you an idea of what some of these look like. If I can find the file here real quick. Yeah. The downloaded items, images. So you can see these are very high quality. You can print these off, put them up on bathroom stalls or on the doors or on your bulletin boards, and they cover all variety of life issues. So I do encourage you to spend some time going through what's available there. Finally, in the last couple of minutes that I have, I want to show what happens when you go to the registration page, and that is our Step Up for Life page on our Fund Easy registration. Here you can see our $75,000 goal for this campaign. We've already almost raised 26% in pledges even before this starts. The video is available here on this page as well. And once you hit the register button, it's a very simple process. It'll take you to a page that asks who you are. Are you registering as a family or an organization? What church, what your team name wants to be, address, state. That's all you have to do. You hit continue. It'll take you to the next page. And in a matter of 2 or 3 minutes, you're going to be set up as a participant in the Step Up for Life program. All of that is available off of our website, or you can just remember Step Up for Life. That's Step Up, the number 4 Life /2023. It's stepupforlife.org/2023. It'll take you to this page here. I'm going to stop sharing my screen because we're almost out of time. And I want to find out if there are any questions that any of you would have about participation here. Any comments, questions? You can unmute yourself and ask away. Is this something you think you're going to participate in? Can you do?
Pastor Duncan.
Yes.
Bruce Blake.
Hi, Bruce.
So the money that you're raising goes to support Lutherans for Life.
It goes to support all of the work that we do in producing more and more materials every year, in producing new brochures that you can buy from Concordia Publishing House. It goes to all of the different programs that we participate in. Yes, it is to help our general funds.
Excellent. Y'all
Yes.
do great work.
Thank you. Any other questions?
Thank you, Pastor Duncan.
Thank you.
If you have questions that come up later, please email any one of us. You can just go online, or you can call the office and tell them you need to talk to the volunteer relations people. They will know who to contact. One little bit of housekeeping here. Our next teleconference is Monday, July 10th, 7 p.m. Central, 8 p.m. Eastern. If you have projects or anything you'd like to talk to us about, something you think is really great that others should know about, please give us a call. If you want us to talk about some specific thing that you haven't seen information on, please give us a call about that. We're here for you. Now, if Pastor Solnick would be so kind, he will close us in prayer, and we'll see you again in July. Blessings to all of you.
Absolutely. Let us pray. Lord God, Heavenly Father, Almighty and everlasting God, you have given us the peace which the world cannot give through the forgiveness of sins that comes from your Son's crucifixion and the hope of everlasting life that comes through his resurrection. Now grant us a quiet night that we may be kept free from all the assaults of the evil one, and that we may awake renewed and refreshed in the morning to continue the vocation that you have given us, looking forward to enjoying all of the blessings you promise to those who trust in the name of your Son, our risen Savior, Jesus Christ. For his sake we pray. Amen.